Hey, do you like clapping when you see characters you recognize?
This is Captain Riola Keevan of the Halcyon.
Are you hungry for some blue shrimp?
I mean, it looks delicious to me. I know you guys don't like seafood, but it actually looks really gross. But I'm gonna eat it. Ew, okay. They do look pretty gross.
Do they like dye the shrimp blue?
Yes, Peter.
I don't know. But...
I mean, they're from the planet.
They went to Felucia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is just what they have there. God, it's so floppy. Look at it.
Do you have $6,000?
I got a bad feeling about this.
If so, you should check out the new Star Wars attraction, Galactic Starcruiser. It's March now, which means that Disney's new Star Wars hotel in Buena Vista, Florida is now open to the public. Well, actually, Disney goes out of their way to specify that this is more than just a hotel. Even though you're literally staying at a hotel themed around Star Wars, you're meant to feel like you're going on a cruise through the Star Wars galaxy. There's also kind of a dinner theater element to it. One thing it certainly is $6,000 for a 2-day stay. And this is just the starting price for the most basic room and experience. I've spent the past several hours watching videos from vacation influencers documenting their stay here, and I'd like to explore whether this place is worth its huge asking price. Here's what the rooms look like at the Star Wars Hotel.
Here we go. Going into my room. Okay. Oh man.
I'd estimate that's about 10 foot by 10 foot, and that might even be a bit generous. Once you look past the Star Wars theme, it's pretty bare, huh? It's got a bed in the middle and a bunk bed in the wall with sleeping bags.
The comforter, I think, was like a sleeping bag.
Oh yeah,
it opens in half.
I remember your revelation. You was like, "That's a sleeping bag," like in the middle of the night.
So I like crawled into it, and then I was like, "Oh, this is really cozy."
Some of the other amenities that they advertise in the room are a mini refrigerator, a hair dryer, and a phone with voicemail messaging. Just for the sake of comparison, here's what you can get for about $1,000 a night at a 5-star hotel in Manhattan. See how much roomier and nicer it is? It may not be Star Wars themed, but it's got a full-size bathroom.
Space toilet. Everything is very fancy. And of course, because it is in space, it just can't be a round one. No, it is a squarish one.
There's even a gym. You can take a spin class. I hear spinning is a good trick. Let's take a look at some of the food at the Star Wars Hotel. You know that trope of Halloween where the kids are handed a bowl of spaghetti and have to pretend it's brains? The menu at this place reads like a restaurant based around a Star Wars version of that.
We have a fantastic 3-course meal planned for you. I'm going to go ahead and dive right in with that first course. So we do have a floor noodle salad for you.
Okay.
And then we have our Andorian dipping sauces. My favorite is that Batu spice and Kaju cream. Here we have our spiral dumplings. We'll have teriyaki bantha, sweet and sour tipip, and then a flora korma. Other planets might see this as beef, chicken, and vegetable.
Oh, okay,
Right.
got it.
Wait a second. I thought the dumplings were steamed. They fry now? Most of the food tries to make itself look alien, and it's not very effective or appetizing. There's a 3-course meal that occurs during the stay where each course is themed around a different planet in Star Wars. It starts with a Mustafar appetizer course that is literally just bread under a red light.
So the Mustafarian course is a bread service, has assorted breads with pima cheese, dried red fruit spread, apricot relish, and roasted chando dip. And under this lighting, everything looks red because they basically just put red LEDs everywhere. It's hard to capture anything that isn't red. You know, I'm probably red, right?
You are red.
Yeah.
And then there's the blue shrimp. That's such a demonic pairing of words. It's seriously just shrimp dyed blue. I don't know who at Disney thought that pink shellfish turning blue would seem appetizing to people, but here it is. This is the promotional image on the website, so this is the most appetizing picture they could find of it. Some of the food is really committed to the Star Wars concept, then some of it only somewhat commits to the bit. Sometimes it's just regular food with a Star Wars name. These are Belgian waffles, but they're from the planet Chandrilla. They're Chandrillan waffles.
They didn't even have a name for that. It was just called maple syrup. I thought they would have like a Star Wars name.
Then there's the stuff where they clearly just didn't give a shit.
Oh, and waters for our journey. Dasani sounds fancy.
Dasani? They couldn't replace the label on the bottle and say, "This is water imported from the planet Camino," or something like that? Fucking Dasani? The place in Manhattan sprung for Voss. To the hotel's credit, the drinks at the bar actually seem very nice and seem to maintain the Star Wars theme. But I mean, that's probably the easiest thing to get right though. Obviously the drinks cost extra, but they're not more overpriced than your average bar. Well sure, the price might be exorbitant, the room might be crappy, and the food might be blue shrimp. But you're really there for the experience, right? What kind of entertainment can we expect at the Star Wars Hotel? Despite this hotel only really appealing to adults who want to get drunk and LARP as rebels, all the games are clearly intended for small children. Some of the games are part of the story, like the game where crew members aim at TIE fighters attacking through the window that's actually a TV screen. At first when I saw the promotional material, it made me think that they were actually using their hands or some type of device to actually aim at the screen. You know, technology that's been around since 1984. But they're just using a joystick and button, which I guess makes more sense for the story, but I found it disappointing. There's also a table game where you have to protect the ship's shields from incoming projectiles, which even though it's a completely different game, it really reminds me of those arcade spinning light games. You know, for babies who aren't ready for whack-a-mole yet. There's also the lightsaber training course, essential for Star Wars, where a group of 15 or so people take turns with 2 lightsabers in a dark room and have to line them up with little rays of light, while everybody else just stands behind them and waits their turn. It looks really sad and boring. It must really suck to be the last guy in line waiting for this. Is the target audience for this place people with no imagination? We had lightsaber training when I was 8 years old. It was called whacking your friends with a stick and yelling, "I'm Mace Windu and you're dead." The entire hotel makes heavy use of these screens, which are supposed to be the windows of the ship. These windows are on the deck, in the restaurant, in your hotel room. It looks kinda cool, I guess, in an atmospheric way, but it gives me the vibes of a Vegas casino where they don't want any sunlight in the room so you won't know what time it is. At the end of the story, they show fireworks on one of these screens. I think fireworks in real life are kinda lame, but I understand the appeal. I can't see why anyone would think a computer-generated image of fireworks on a screen is exciting, though. I guess these are less likely to kill birds, so that's a good thing. Also, based on what I can see from the videos guests have put out, a lot of the activities are based around quests. You have to do stuff like get a secret code from one employee, give that secret code to a bartender who gives you a secret coaster that you scan on with your phone, which gives you access to a secret room where you have to do more tasks until the story ends. I guess when I think of vacation, I think of taking things at your own pace, enjoying yourself and relaxing. Doing menial tasks over and over again for a rotating cast of people sounds like my job. I don't want to pay $6,000 to feel like I'm at work. But to their credit, you can get involved in the story as much as you want. If you want to stay at the bar both days just drinking Mandalore slings, you can do just that. And if you're old enough to have seen the original trilogy in theaters, good news, Grandpa! They have Star Wars Bingo. There's a bunch of other stuff, but it costs extra. You can sit at the captain's table for dinner, feel like the main character, but it costs $30. You can build your own lightsaber for $220. Build a little toy droid for $100. You can have your picture taken for an additional fee too. The website doesn't name a price for the photography, but a video I watched said it was about $100. I feel like for the ridiculous asking price, they could throw in a free photo or two, but I guess that's why I wouldn't make a very good Imagineer. There are some positives to this whole thing. There's a Yoda hologram. I'm a sucker for a good hologram. Like Snoop Dogg, I think there's some gangsta shit.
Greetings.
Oh!
Open this, you have. Strong with the force you are.
Gangsta shit. Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
The actors at this hotel are obviously good at what they do too. In typical Disney amusement fashion, they're very good with kids and quick-witted when it comes to audience interaction.
First day His first day was yesterday.
No, his first day was yesterday, but he built ships.
It's a bit of a I don't know if I should be giving this to Sammy. This feels a little bit important for someone whose first day was yesterday.
He actually controlled the ship today already. And me were there, so we know what happened. Oh wait, he was the one that sent the distress signal.
I mean, wasn't Starkiller Base your first day?
Well, we don't like to talk about that. Everyone has a first day, don't we?
But they have to be, that's their job.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the cast members and like, I'm gonna miss them.
I know, we made so many friends with a lot of the crew members aboard the Halcyon.
Nobody take these people to a strip club. They seem like the type of folks that think the strippers are actually into them. No man, like, I know that's her job, but she was like, actually into me. All in all, does this seem worth the price to me? Absolutely not. I'm not a big traveler, but I love wristwatches. All I can think of when I see this price is how you could use that money to buy a really high quality luxury watch, and that would last your whole life, your child's whole life, and your grandchild's whole life. Have you heard of a spring drive movement? It's amazing. If I absolutely had to spend the money on a 2-day vacation, I could spend 2 days pretty comfortably in any country with $6,000. I've always wanted to see the Great Wall of China. You could go to Egypt and see the pyramids for $6,000. Then you can walk around the desert and pretend that you're Luke Skywalker. I grew up with Star Wars and still feel a nostalgic sentimentality for the series, despite now being an adult who realizes that the bad far outweighs the good. However, it feels like more and more these days fandom is gauged in consumption, and this is just another step in that direction. I'm not the type of person who says touch grass. In fact, I think it's a stupid thing said by online dorks when they don't have an argument. But in this case, you should really consider touching grass. If you're a huge Star Wars fan and really wanted a Star Wars themed vacation in the US, go to California. That's literally where they filmed the Tatooine scenes and the Forest Moon of Endor scenes. You could fly to California and have an actual Star Wars experience for a sliver of the cost of this fake one. You can probably even afford to eat some properly colored shrimp.
So yes, there is a door out. You're not trapped, ladies and gentlemen. You can leave the story if you need to.
Hey guys, thanks very much for watching. Please let me know if you like this kind of stuff and want to see more content like this. Also, please feel free to subscribe. I have a lot of stuff planned coming out soon. So yeah, thanks very much and take care. Bye.